In this lecture, we will decide where to call the handleAppleCaught function. If we playtest, at the moment we only call the handleAppleLost function, that is when we lose an apple. If we catch an apple, however, we don't call handleAppleCaught, so we don't get those logs. We only get the apple lost logs. I will close down the editor. We've talked about where it makes sense to invoke the handleAppleLost previously, so in this lecture we will set up the call to handleAppleCaught. For an exercise, I want you to deduce where the handleAppleCaught should be invoked or called, then implement and test that call. Of course, if we playtest, then it should log the apples caught, as it does the apples lost. This should be a relatively easy exercise, as we'll be doing a lot of the same stuff that we did in the previous lecture. I will go to the basket-based source file, and in the onHit function, this is where we will catch an apple, right? On hit, it will destroy the other actor, that is the apple that collides with any one of our paddles. In the basket-base header, I will create a pointer to an apple picker game mode base called current game mode, same process as in the previous lecture. Back in the source file in the constructor, I will initialize that to null pointer. Then in begin play, we will do the same thing that we did in the previous lecture. So in the begin play function for apple base, I can actually copy that instead of typing everything out, since we use the same pointer variable name, so we can paste that in the begin play function for the basket base. We also need to include the header kismet/gameplay statics. Now in the onHit function, if the current game mode is not null pointer, if we try and invoke handleAppleCaught from here, IntelliSense actually won't pick that up. That's because we need to include that header for the game mode. Now I will call handleAppleCaught from current game mode in the onHit function. Build and run that. Now if we playtest, when we catch or lose an apple, the appropriate function gets invoked, and we get those logs.